there's been a lot of people sending me private messages and leaving comments about the bottle of frankincense that I showed you guys, where I was like, hey, look, I only got this for $6. Oh my gosh. I did pay $6 for it. It sells typically, I believe, for like 20 from now. And I hear, where was it sourced? They don't have the same sourcing, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I want to show you guys a couple of things that I found that might help clear some things up. I'm sure that some of you are going to leave some argumentative comments in the description. I'm sorry, in the comments below. But I just need some of you to start thinking a little more clearly, and I'll talk a little bit about that here in a second. All right. Since I'm really awful at recording my screen and I'm tired and I have a bunch of stuff to do today, this is the extent that I'm willing to work with you. All right.
Right now, we control 84% of the sourcing of our essential oils, and we do so in an exclusive way such that no other company can have access to these proprietary oils and where they're grown. Anyone...
Okay, with that in mind, let's move on. Okay, while I pull up this next video, let me give you a little bit of precursor on what this is. This is doTERRA's frankincense oil co-impact sourcing of frankincense essential oil video. And I found this video a long time ago that talks about where doTERRA gets their frankincense and why they do things the way they do. What is alarming to me about this particular video, now this is in doTERRA's words, they admit that before they went into Somalia and started providing the co-impact sourcing and doing like their changes in the organization, because that's really all they're saying, is that they've done changes to the way that it's warehoused, the frankincense, and to the organization structure that's in Somalia where they particularly get their essential oils. But I want you guys to listen to this.
What you have are individual harvesters who live in villages and will go collect from a region that they have access to by tribal right, and will then sell to shopkeepers in their village, who then sell down to middlemen who eventually get all that resin to a port and sell it to the Europeans and the Arabs and to us and such. This was all...
What? Let's listen to that again.
And will then sell to shopkeepers in their village, who then sell down to middlemen who eventually get all that resin to a port and sell it to the Europeans and the Arabs and to us and such.
To us? Okay. You've been getting your frankincense that you say is so exclusive. You've been getting it from the ports that also sell it to the Europeans and to the Arabs and to us. It's the same essential oil. This whole video is about how doTERRA went in to some of these communities, these villages we'll call them, where they were already getting their essential oil frankincense, or should I say they're getting their resin frankincense, that other companies were getting their frankincense from that same place. It's the same exact place. And doTERRA went in and just changed the structure. They seem to have created some kind of exclusivity with them. And they changed the way that the organization is run. They didn't change the frankincense that they were getting for the same price, the same frankincense as other companies were getting it. Does this make sense to you guys? I just want to make sure I'm making sense, because that's what I'm hearing. The harvesters sold to the shopkeepers, who sold to the ports, who sold to the Europeans, the Arabs, and to us. And that's when they decided to kind of go in and inspect where they were getting this stuff from, and they decided to change. You can watch the video yourself. They decided to do this co-impact sourcing. I can't justify how you go from the $20 bottle to a $100 bottle. And then to say that that $80 price difference between every bottle that's sold is what is helping the co-impact sourcing. And it's a huge leap to say that you're going to justify $80 per bottle. Here's the catch. I was with doTERRA for many years. I never once bought a bottle of frankincense. I know, which is, you're probably, oh, well, you had a lot of them. I sure did. Sure golly did. Never once paid for it. You get them for free, kind of a lot from the company. So I'm trying to figure out, my goodness, like, I wonder how many people have actually paid for a bottle of frankincense from doTERRA. That's just kind of a side note because I know I never did. I'm sick of this. So I want to talk a little bit about confirmation bias. So confirmation bias is essentially like when we take little tidbits of information to help confirm what we've already believed about something, and everybody does it, and it's a big part of like why normal people get sucked into doing MLM companies. One of the elements of confirmation bias that I want to point out is pricing bias. So yeah, a lot of you guys are saying that, yeah, you can't get a quality product for only $20. If I paid $100 for it, I know that it's quality. That's pricing bias. So if you're presented with 15 essential oils that are all priced, they're all frankincense, hypothetically. Let's just say they're all frankincense and they're priced between $6 and $20, just randomly. But then there's one that's $100. It's going to make you question the quality of all of these just because of that price. It will make you start to reevaluate the pricing on all these other essential oils. If you removed that one that cost $100, then you're basing it off of the ones that you have in front of you. So doTERRA as a company is the one that's charging $100 for a bottle of this stuff, where these other companies are charging normal prices. Price does not equal value. We can look into something called the price effect. There is actually brain scans that were done, where brain imaging, and the part of the brain that is the reward center of the brain was triggered when somebody was using something that cost more. So it was actually chemically doing stuff to your brain. When you pay more for something, that the reward center in your brain is more highly rewarded. Oh, well, that's confirmation bias. That's the pricing bias. They also did a study to show that they took the exact same product, let's say my remote, and we took my remote and somebody bought it for $10 and then somebody bought it for $50. And this little study that they did was showing that when people pay more for something, they genuinely feel like it's doing something better for them. So that's a big part of the confirmation bias. You can look into some of the studies. I'll try to include some of the links down below in the description. But paying more for something makes you believe that it's better for you. And these companies know that. So yeah, they're gonna have you pay 5, 6, 7 times more for something, because if you do, you're going to believe that it's doing something for you. And as far as why did I get rid of all of those essential oils if I still plan on using essential oils? I want to remind some of you of what happened to Nike. Do you remember a little while back, Nike was in the news because people were burning their Nikes, and the reason why people throw out things when they no longer support a company's ethics is because they don't want to advertise it in any way. So I took all of the doTERRA stuff in my house and removed it from my house. Now, I could have thrown it all into the trash. I could have done the burn the Nikes thing, but that felt wasteful to me. So I gave them to somebody that wanted them, that asked for them, that I know personally. So they're gone. Please stop emailing me asking me for them. Guys, come on. Don't. ridiculous. So anyhow, that was, to me, the thought process is I just, there's certain companies that I don't support. I'm not going to name names right now because I'll end up going into a rant about them, but I've just added doTERRA to that list, and I don't have their products in my home because I don't want somebody to see it in my house and ask me about it and then feel like, well, then if Kay is using this brand, then maybe I should use this brand. That's how that works. So I removed them from my house. I just don't want them. All right. Drop any questions or comments below. I'm sorry this is a bit scattered and that I recorded downstairs because my birds are being super loud. All right, I've got to get back to some actual work. Bye.